What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. It's episode number 42. I'm returning today on the back of winning the FA Cup. Yes! Everton's major trophy drought over after 30 years, with this save now being 3 years old, and we now head into the final two league games where we know that on the back of the draw to Crystal Palace, it's unlikely we make the top four now, but it is still mathematically possible. Now, the one thing that really goes against us as well is that Spurs and Manchester United play today. So we're going to simulate through this, and it means that if one of those two teams win, then it's over. We need that to be a draw, otherwise we will not make top four. But realistically, it's very unlikely. Not only do we need that to be a draw, but we also need the final. I just won the FA Cup and they still want to sack me. Oh, the bloody Everton board, am I right? But yeah, we need that to be a draw, and we need them to both lose on the final day. So it's very unlikely, but it is still possible. But is it going to be now? It's not. Manchester United beat Spurs 2-1. Well, so now it all becomes about whether it's 5th, 6th or 7th. So, do you know what? Let's just crack on. First game of the final two, West Brom at home. It's all about now 5th, 6th or 7th. We guarantee Europa League place win the FA Cup anyway, but now we want to make sure we at least finish no lower than we did last year. Come on, Everton. We won the FA Cup, but now let's finish strong. Final game at Goodison, West Brom at home. Oh, Michael, okay, well in, mate. Now play it down the flank. There we go. Now work it in. Over Diddy coming to you out wide. There we go. Lukaku, keep running. I know you gasped, but keep running. He's coming to you. And even though he's chasing the golden boot, he's a team player. And that is why we love Big Rom. Tom Davis, Everton Academy graduate, gives us the lead. Not a goal for Lukaku, but an assist and a lead for the Toffees. Pickford. Angled kick out. Well, that's perfect. Man, Jordan's distribution is unbelievable. Like, seriously, so good. And oh! Go on, Rom. Show the respect he sent a year with West Brom. A gift for Rom. And that is what you deserve for being selfless earlier. Karma deserves it. A gift, and he'll take it. Goal number 25. Let's see if Foden managed to get one as well this game week to keep them tied at 25, but buzzing for Romelu Lukaku, man. I really want to win him the golden boot, man. Coming back to the Toffees, helping us end the major honour drought and winning a golden boot in the process. Yes, no Champions League, but that's still a great comeback. Well in, Lukaku. This has got to be free. It's not the greatest counter-attack in the world, is it? But it's going to be free now. Oh, flags up. That's one of the worst counter-attacks you've ever seen. I had like a 3-on-1, and in the end I got outnumbered. That's awful. I deserve to have that goal disallowed. That's terrible. Well, whilst the result might be effectively meaningless, it's nice to know after a poor run of form in the league, no wins in 3, we bounce back in our final game at Goodison. We still want 5th. We don't want to finish any lower than 5th. And 1 down, 1 to go. And Lukaku still chasing that golden boot. So that jumps up to 6th in the table, which means that on the final day, if we win and Spurs fail to match our result, we'll leapfrog them. If Spurs win, it doesn't matter what we do, we'll finish below them. We just need 1 more point to finish ahead of Chelsea. We've got Bournemouth at home, which should be a bank to be fair. So we just avoid defeat away at Ellen Road. We'll get that. Spurs can still finish 4th, but they need to win and Manchester United need to lose. Not beyond the realms of possibility, but I think Ten Hag's side have done it now. And as for the Gunners, they just need a point on the final day to win the title. Oh, they got Man City away! No way! Winner takes all. That's class, mate. What a finale that'll be. And then the bottom 3's already been decided as well. As for the golden boot, Lukaku now takes the lead by 1. Where are we? There we are with 25, with Foden behind with 24. Right, let's do it. Let's do it. Final game of the season. Scenario, as I mentioned there, very simple for us. We have to win, but if Spurs match our result, then they finish above us, and we will finish in 6th. If we just get a point, then we keep Chelsea at bay and finish in 6th. Basically, avoid defeat, we get 6th guaranteed. Win, and then if Spurs match our result, we jump into 5th. Let's do it. Final game, Leeds away, then on road. Let's see if we can get Lukaku the Golden Glove as well. Come on, Everton. I know it's not much to play for, but still, let's keep our heads up and hope we can at least get 5th on the final day. Just for those curious, by the way, Pickford has already wrapped up the Golden Glove, so that's done. Lukaku is 2 clear for the assist title, so that looks very likely to happen now as well. But of course, it's the Golden Boot. We really want to get him. But for next season with Jordan as well, I think this might well be his final game, you know. This might well be his final game. Go on, Rom. Go on, Rom. Go on, Rom. Oh! Bullet! Give this man the Golden Boot. Everton's saviour along with Pickford this year. Too good. Love him. He came back for a year. He ended our trophy drought. He's going to win the assist title. He'll probably win the Golden Boot as well. Oh, it's over. Give him the Golden Boot. Give him the Golden Boot. Super Rom, super Rom, super Rom, super Romelu Lukaku. Yes! I could have just said super Rom Lukaku. I didn't need to quickly say Romelu. Oh, yeah. Buzzing, absolutely buzzing. And do you know what? Like, yes, we missed out on the top 4. Yes, we were knocked out earlier than we would have liked in the Europa League. But, you know, challenging this top 6 with this Everton team, you know, to know we've broken it up 2 seasons in a row. And yes, not the top 4, but even so, we're going to finish above Chelsea now. I mean, you got to give us some credit, man. And in the Europa League, the luck of the draw didn't help. Having to face Arsenal, one of the best teams in Europe and in the country, going for the title in the save and in real life. I mean, the board, they've been too critical of me, I think. I think they've been too critical of me. I don't think I could have done much more. We won the FA Cup as well, lest we forget. So scores on the door on the final day. As things stand, Man City are going to win the title, beating Arsenal at the Etihad Stadium. Spurs are winning, which means we'll still finish in 6th because we're winning, which means Chelsea's result will be meaningless. Manchester United drawing though, so if Newcastle get a goal, then that will put the Red Devils in 5th and Spurs in 4th. But as things stand, yeah, we're guaranteed to finish in 6th. Unless Sheffield United can pull off a mad one in the second half, then 6th is where we'll end up. Chelsea have gone 2-0 up, Raheem Sterling, but again, it's just completely meaningless. Doesn't matter because we're winning. So like, even a draw, or Pickford could say, even a draw would be enough for us because of the goal difference swing. And Pickford again, he really wants that clean sheet on the final day. He's already won the Golden Glove. He wants another clean sheet as well. This is probably, quite probably, his final game for Everton since we missed out on the Champions League. And he wants to make sure he ends it with a clean sheet. It's a lovely ball, that Pickford. Hey! Oh, Jordan. Can I convince him to stay one more year? Would it be right to keep him? Can I? Oh, I don't know. I mean, he's 88 rated, man. In his 30s. Can I? Oh, I don't know. Everton are going to end on a strong finish. Back-to-back wins in the Premier League ensure we finish top 6 for the 2nd year in a row and break up the Big 6. And an FA Cup sees our trophy drought come to an end. Lukaku surely wins the Golden Boot, but I want to see who won the title. Was it Man City? And did Spurs sneak into 4th as well? I want to see what happened there. Right, let's find out, boys. Here we go. Spurs. Oh, Manchester United did it by a point, and Man City also won the title as well. Drama on the final day. Manchester City win the title on the final game of the season. Wow. Liverpool 3rd in the end with 78. Manchester United's draw means it's enough for them to keep Spurs at bay by a single point. To be fair though, when you consider where they were halfway through the season, they were the main threat to Arsenal's crown. Really? Only getting top 4 by a point. They're quite fortunate with that. But Spurs in 5th, us in 6th, and Chelsea in the end in 7th. 69 points. And the thing that really impressed me this year, 64 goals. 64 goals. I'm pretty happy with that. That's, I think, top 5. And the big difference why Romelu Lukaku as well. We had the best defensive record in the division as well. The board might not be happy with it. To me, that's a good season. I'll have that. Lukaku, Golden Boot winner, kept Foden at bay on the final day. He must have scored a brace to win City the title. That's got to feel unbelievable, isn't it, as an academy graduate as well. But he won the assist title as well, and Pickford did win the Golden Glove too. Manchester United did win a trophy this year. They retained their Carabao Cup. We also got knocked out very early on in a really embarrassing knockout to Wycombe Wanderers. But Manchester United, Carabao Cup winners. They won it last year, beating us. They won it again this year as well. The FA Cup was won by Everton. You love to see it. Avenging our demons. The past 2 years, our 2 Wembley losses. Manchester United in the EFL Cup final and Liverpool in the FA Cup semi. That's got to feel good. Talk about redemption. Now, this is quite interesting. Europa Conference League winners this year. Newcastle United. So they didn't finish in the top 7, but they won the Europa Conference League. Now, what does that mean for the European standings, I wonder? Well, in the Europa League, that was won by Chelsea, which means that they go into the Champions League. And as for the Champions League itself, that was won by Spurs. So what does this mean? 3 European competitions, 3 English winners. What does this mean? What does this mean? I don't know. All 3 of those winners. I don't know what that means. All 3 of those winners were outside the top 4. There's not 7 teams in the Champions League next year, is there? Surely not. If anyone knows what that means, please do let me know, because I can't figure out what that means for us. We finished 6th, but we also won the FA Cup, so I mean, that's a qualifier for the Europa League. So, I mean, it can't take us out. Surely not. Surely not. What do we do with Pickford next year? He's 31 now. I know he's just signed a new deal, but I don't know. I don't know. He's 88 rated. We might not even be in the Europa League next year. Oh man, Michaelenko up 1 to 82 overall. Robinson up 1 to 79. Doherty has now played his final games in pro football. Farewell to Matt Holgate. Good squad player for us this year, filling in to the injuries we had for Ben Godfrey. Tosin grew free. He's definitely my successor for Eric Dyer, man. He's looked really good this year, filling in for the 31-year-old. Godfrey now up to 84 overall. I don't know how much better he can get now, but 27 years old. But he has become my most important centre-half. Patterson broke his toe towards the end of the season, but even so, great year for him coming back from that loan spell from Aston Villa, going 3 to 82 overall. Cody, I think he'll probably retire at the end of next season. If not, I might sell him in the summer. Varela's gone up by 3 to 82 overall as well. You'd love to see that at just 23 years old. He continues to get better. Hudson-Odoi, once again, an unbelievable season. Mr. Consistent. No one played more than him in terms of outfield players this year. 52 games in all competitions. 4 in 7 on our way to winning the FA Cup. 9 goals and second in assists this year behind teammate Romelu Lukaku in 37 games. Up to 85 overall. What a signing. I think I might sell McNeil in the summer, just not getting on with him, to be honest here. Mavididi, this was his best goal-to-game ratio year since the save began. 12 in 33, averaging over 1 in every 3. He was the top scorer in the FA Cup, with 5 in as many games as well, including scoring in the final as well. Plus 7 in 27 in the Premier League with 4 assists as well. Give the guy some credit, man, no doubt about that. Gutted about Thuram's injury because he was having a great season, really consistent. 8 and 8 in 37 games. That's pretty good. And 3 goals and 5 in the Europa League as well. Such a shame he broke his toe towards the end of the season, but yeah, solid first year at Goodison for Kefren. Connor, not a great season for Connor, all things considered, to be fair. He also went down late on in the season as well, but even so, not too bad through the middle of the park as well. Onana had a great end to the season as well. Pretty much all his goals came at the end of the season, and he did a solid job in the absence of Gallagher and Thuram as well. Boss Barkley came back, only scored once, but we love to see it as well. And Dye, once again, in mostly limited minutes and minutes off the bench as well. Did okay as an impact sub. We still like Dye. He's done quite well for us this year, once again, in limited minutes. But of course, the player of the season, Romelu Lukaku. I bought him back. I spent the big bucks. I said, come back to where you love, mate. And I promise you this. we'll win something together. And we did. The FA Cup, he scored in the final, and he won the Golden Boot as well with 27 goals, and the assist title with 14 in 35 as well. Super Rom. And DCL got the injury, unfortunately, which sidelined him for the remainder of the season. But still, 6 goals and 7 assists in 20 games, not bad for a bench striker. Right, that's it then. That is that. The question is, though, I mean, what happens for next season? I literally have no idea. Pickford, I think he's got to go. I think he's got to go. We love Jordan, but he wants to win more than just an FA Cup. Yes, he loves it. Yes, he loves being captain, but surely an 88 overall, 31 years old, he's got to go. But what does this mean for Everton, man? Let me know in the comments if you know what this will mean for European qualification, because Spurs, Chelsea and Newcastle all finished out the top 4, but all won European competitions. Newcastle were going to the Europa League by winning the Conference League, but Chelsea's win in the Europa League and Spurs' win in the Champions League should automatically put them in the Champions League. So would it be 6 teams in the Champions League for next season, and us and Newcastle in the Europa League, and West Ham in 9th in the Europa Conference League? At the moment, that seems the most likely outcome, but I really don't know. If you have any idea, let me know. I think that's probably right, but otherwise, I'm not too sure. And as for Everton, well, we might not have finished in a top 4 place, but 6th is still pretty decent in my opinion. Europa League, first year in Europe, last 16, not great, but, you know, we lost to Arsenal. You know, they are one of the strongest teams in the country. And, you know, we won the FA Cup as well, ending the drought after 30 years. The board might not be happy with it, but I'd still call that a pretty successful season, in my opinion. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode of The Realistic Career. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like and stuff to you all. Have a fantastic day. Are we taking Everton as far as we can take them realistically, in terms of realism? Have we gone as far as Everton should go in terms of realism? Do we move on in the summer? Do we work our way up to the Champions League? Or do we run it back for next season as well? I'm not too sure how I think about it. But definitely let me know about the qualification now. I do not understand that at all. Thanks for watching, guys. Much love to you. I hope you enjoyed the season finale part 2. Both parts of the season finale and the season as a whole. And the save as a whole, 3 seasons down. That might well have been my final year of Everton, but if it is, what a way to bow out. Keeping them in Europe and ending their trophy drought as well. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Realistic Career Mode very soon.